We now welcome on to the podcast a very special guest. It's Jabari Davis. It's Juice. Man, thank you for hopping on tonight, taking some time out of your day. I mean, you gotta love talking Florida. You are a verified Gator killer, so you gotta love it.
Yeah, it's always exciting this weekend. Seeing the dogs versus the dogs, man. This is if you consider yourself a alpha male and a dog, this is why you come to Tennessee. This is how you get remembered 15, 20 years from now. This is how you get to your goal of what you want to accomplish in the season and throughout the year. So Florida has always been in our way, and, we got to take care of business.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I half expected you as someone who watched you growing up and mimicked. I would dive onto the couch like I was Jabari Davis and many great Tennessee running backs. I was hoping maybe you'd come into the podcast diving over the pile or something fun. But hey, I'll let this one slide. Maybe next time.
You still
Yeah,
got
man.
it?
Man, I probably got about 5 carries in me. That's about it.
All right.
That's all you need. You only need one, right?
I got one dive over the top, and I got about 3 carries to get about 10 yards. That's about it.
Hey, that may be all we need. We got some backs, a stable of backs, which is used to be a Tennessee thing and kind of come here, here and there now. But how do you like? I mean, they look great in the first 2 weeks, and then obviously, last year. How are you liking this backfield right now?
Man, very proud of what I see. They remind me a lot of when we had that crowded backfield in the early 2000s. Myself, Cedric Houston, Gerald Riggs. Everybody is very complimentary of each other. Everybody's style is a little different, but you need a good stable of backs in the SEC, and especially if you want to keep guys healthy. But I'm very proud of what I see over the last couple games. I think going into the season, I think from last year, that Vanderbilt game, we put on an absolute show. Clemson game, we did pretty good, and very excited of what I saw versus Virginia up to now. Man, I didn't even know Jalen Wright had moved to the number one spot until like a couple of days ago. He's been playing lights out. Dylan Sampson had a great game. Jabari Small with his total package of catching the ball at the backfield and running the ball between the tackles and on the outside. He's been awesome to watch as well. So a big key to victory for us against Florida is dominating in the run game. And I think if we have any type of success, so we can hang out and party like we did in 01 and 03, running backs they got to make a statement.
We're talking about Florida, and what's kind of the energy like in the facility this week? Is there a little extra pep in your step knowing that it is Florida week?
Yeah, it is. Coach Foreman did a really good job of just letting us understand the tradition of what goes on in that week, what is expected in that week. Like I said, I was blessed to play with some great leaders that have had some great moments in that game as well. So, Florida week, it is extra. You run harder, you come earlier to practice, you stay late, watch more film, anything that you can do to get a level up on the Gators, you go ahead and do. Even if you got to do some stuff extra out of practice, man, to just get all the knowledge and all the information that you need, so you can be fundamentally sound to go out and have a great day.
And I want to ask you too about obviously Florida week. That's 01 freshman year, right?
Yeah.
You obviously that game due to the events of 9/11, it gets pushed back to first week of December, which is a weird time for Tennessee. Normally Tennessee, Florida's first SEC slate for each team usually. And I think it was always mentioned in the old NCAA games. The media used to say it all the time. This is the road to Atlanta. It happens in September with these two teams. Not quite been the case lately, unfortunately, but used to be the case every year. What do you have any were you like it was kind of fun playing them kind of that win or go home mentality in December, or is it good to kind of start off with Florida?
Well, back then I was speaking earlier on the news channel. There was a very emotional time in our country when Evan, if you remember, they canceled all sporting events that weekend, and having to push the Florida game back made it even bigger because it was win or go home. Win and get a shot to play for a national championship, or end up in a pretty decent bowl game. So the expectations and everything on the line was at a higher level than it's been over the last 20 years. So just to answer your question, man, those were some great memorable moments. I think you have to attack Florida with the same type of mindset. I know a lot of people always said, can we play Florida at a late? But unfortunately, we can't, because we all know, Florida may end up looking, kind of mediocre at first, and they get better toward the middle of the year, and sometimes they end up worse at the end of the year. But man, you can't look at all of that, man. You just got to look at what needs to be done. We got to come correct. We got to win. We got to be focused, and we got to come down here and make a statement.
And you were part of that last team in 2003 that won in the Swamp. Do you kind of like our chances with, you got a number 7 at quarterback, and you also got number 34 in McAllen Castles, who, got his first Tennessee touchdown last week. Are you liking our chances?
I like our chances, man. I don't give a damn if Tennessee was playing the Chiefs. I would always take Tennessee.
I like that.
I definitely feel that this could be a big, big, big moment for Joe. I know, like every other fan, we were kind of worried last week. He's got to relax and be more calm in the pocket and improve his accuracy and some ball placement stuff. But earlier in the season, man, a lot of guys are going to make mistakes. I want him to have his moment, his breakout game. I think he has all the talent to have that breakout game. I think we have all the tools from every player to have that breakout game and to send these seniors off with some type of thing they could keep under their legacy. So I'm pretty confident in the guys. A lot of people were doubting Austin Peay. I mean, Austin Peay is not the same Austin Peay it was 15, 20 years ago. I mean, they got a lot of kids from the transfer portal. Austin Peay recruits kids that maybe had offers at UT earlier in their recruiting process. A lot of kids that were just a little inch shorter or a tenth of a second slower to play Power 5 football. So you never underestimate your opponent, and especially teams like Austin Peay, man, because they're a program on the rise. They got a really good coach. And whenever anybody comes into Neyland that is from a lower level, that is their Super Bowl game. A lot of guys use that film to get drafted. So we got to be expecting the best of the best. And, we just had a few mistakes early, and we got to clean them up. But this weekend, like I said, we can't have those mistakes. We got to play fundamental football from the first quarter to the end.
Yeah, and I kind of want to, not really on Florida topic, but this team, I feel like every time recent memory Tennessee's had a players-only meeting, or even any team in the country has a players-only meeting, that usually signifies something. That the only time you hear about it, I should say, signifies something bad. Coach is on the hot seat. Team's season is dwindling down. The outlook. How do you view this players only meeting, and maybe like in your experience, if you've had them, what were those kind of about?
Playing for Coach Farmer, man, playing for leaders like John Henderson, Will Overstreet, Travis Stevens, Andre Lott, Will Offenhusel. Coach Farmer's let his leaders lead. Freshman year, we had a few players only meetings, and whenever you get Big John 6'7", 320 talking to you and holding you accountable, and if you don't go full speed, he'll punch you in the face. I mean, it's gonna make you go out there and work like a dog. So John would always hold meetings. Overstreet held meetings, and that's the reason we had so much great success back during the day, because those leaders led, and players were afraid of their teammates, not afraid of coach. I mean, we were afraid to get beat up. So
yeah, John Henderson tells me to jump, I'm jumping.
Yeah, I remember John Henderson. When we were down in the Swamp in 2001, he was so pissed off, man. He knocked over the whole Gatorade table. It was like, he's like, hey, I didn't come back for this. I could have went to the NFL. I came back to win a championship. Y'all got to come out. Let's come ready to play. We ain't losing this game, man. We ain't losing this game. And he challenged everybody. And we came out that second half and we got the job done because of his leadership. And I think when when you have guys like Joe Milton that understands that he didn't play his perfect game, and other guys didn't play their perfect game, and we got to get back to the standard, and the standard is Tennessee football is elite football. We got to go out there and we got to get it done. And this weekend is not going to be. I mean, what we did this past weekend will not be acceptable in Gainesville. So I love it, man. I love when I hear stuff like that. It shows me some good promise and some good direction with the team, and they understand that what happened last Saturday will not be tolerated again.
Yeah, and you talked about John Henderson and that mentality, and it kind of trickled down to everybody on that team. And you were sick in 03 when y'all went down to the swamp.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So, was that kind of like going into that game, you're like, there ain't no way I'm not playing. I'm playing.
Man, yeah, I'm playing. I mean, I don't care what you got to put in my body. I mean, nothing. But, I just had flu-like symptoms, drunk some Pedialyte, took some medicine, and I felt better that morning. They kind of isolated me because they didn't know if I had anything contagious. But I woke up, saw college game day. I got fired up, ready to play. It's like, I don't give a damn what's going on. We'll be out there with my team hunting gators, and we going to find. So that's the mindset that you got to have. But the reason I had that mindset is because of great leaders. Great leaders help you mold into potential great leaders one day. And they let you know what's expected when you step on that field. So playing for John, Fred Weary, Travis Stevens, all those boys that were part of the 98 national championship team, everything that they had to overcome and the knowledge and wisdom that they learned from Al Wilson and Peerless and Jamal all soaked into us.
Yeah, there's always, you always hear it. There's a difference in a coaches led team and a players led team, and everyone always says players led team or championship teams. Like those are the teams that win it. So yeah, I mean, I think you could look at that players only meeting. Sure, you could look at it as a negative, but it's hard to with the. I don't understand the negative outlook. I get being. I don't even know if disappointed is the right word, but not content as a fan with what we saw in Nealon. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know if you watched it on TV. I saw some of your tweets. You were liking what you saw from Scotty Walden, just jumping around on the sidelines. They did.
They came prepared. They had a plan. They stuck to it. They were confident. They had some swagger. They had good energy. And, I think that performance is going to help that staff get a bigger job probably in the next year or two because of how well they game plan and how well they were coached.
They played well enough for me as a Tennessee fan to absolutely hate their existence.
Exactly. And they got to understand those teams, when they come up here, just like last year, who was that we played that Cedric Tillman got hurt?
Akron.
Akron. Yeah. They're going to be physical. They're going to be dirty, man. Those kids wanted to play at UT. You took their scholarship, and they're pissed off. So they're going to come up here playing lights out and try to upset you in the worst way so they can get all that love and all that clout from the national media. And, that's just how it is when you're playing against that lower level competition. But like I said, we made a few mistakes. We didn't play our game. What are you going to do moving forward to fix that? And we have a great opportunity this weekend.
Yeah, and I think like the positive I took from that too is it felt like they kind of bowed up when they needed to. Like when it was time to go take care of business, they were able to. That last drive before the half before the half kind of stood out to me that like, all right, when it's time to turn it on, they can turn it on. So yeah, I mean, I think of this. I think Joe Milton can correct a lot of things as a quarterback, but he seems like a good lead, composed in the pocket and able to operate the offense. And that gives me positives. And if we're just being honest, and I know Florida's going to get up for this game, just like Tennessee would if roles were reversed, but looking at the trajectory, I guess, of both programs and teams, you got to love Tennessee's chances.
Yeah, you're right. And man, and look at our D-line.
Yeah.
D-line was probably having their best game they had in a long time. So offensively and at certain positions where we didn't look as good as, But the D line as a unit had a really good game. Our linebacker corps had a really good game, and that's the reason I feel confident going into Florida, because over the last couple of years, I didn't have that confidence in our D line like that. I didn't have confidence in our linebackers, and I know Florida has an average quarterback, but I think defensively we can score. We can create turnovers. We can change some big momentum in the game by giving our offense a short field to work with, and being successful all around. And special teams, I mean, when was the last time we had a punt returner and kick returner that when they kick the ball to them, everybody just stands still, because we know something explosive is getting ready to happen. So
like it was Evan Berry, and we didn't let him return punts for whatever reason. We had to get scored on to see him get the ball.
Exactly. Right spots that we have and what we're confident in. And I definitely feel, as a master OC and offensive mind guy, we got to give D Williams more opportunities to show what he can do off with them, because the kid is special.
He is. Yeah, he's super dynamic. I want to
put him in on a down that there's not a kicker in. That seems to be his kryptonite. So let's let him play when they're not out on the field.
Yeah. Yeah, no one else can tackle him. I want to talk about the SEC, and it is a line of scrimmage game. But going into this game, I'm like, running game looks good. Defensive line looks like one of the best in the country. It's like I'm feeling better now that I'm talking through it. I'm feeling a lot better than I was on Saturday.
Yeah, I knew about Tuesday, Wednesday, everybody was gonna feel a lot better. We all was frustrated. Saturday, I was expecting to put up 70 points. Everybody wanted to see a Nico show. I wanted to see a Nico show that second half, but unfortunately, we couldn't release the Nico trigger like we wanted to. We still got to wait to see him really get into a rhythm and show the future of Tennessee football the next couple of years. But I'm pretty happy with our trench game right now. I know the offensive line still has to mesh well, and offensive linemen, they struggle for a little bit, and our discipline wasn't there also offensively. I know we had a few penalties and things like that, so but I feel confident. I think we got a great staff. Coach Ellaby, he'll get those boys right. Coach Pope, I know he probably got those boys on that jug machine all morning.
Oh yeah, it's turned all the way up, isn't it?
Yeah, catch 200 balls. That's what I told my son. Hey, watch they have boys on that jug machine all week doing stuff. So we will be prepared, Vol Nation. Promise you. Coach Hyper will get it fixed, man. I know we were never in this position with him over the last couple of years, so it's strange to us right now. But you better believe it, man. I may come out to practice tomorrow just to make sure we feeling and looking confident before we head to games.
Are we just wanting to get Nico's first touchdown in the swamp? Is that what we were trying to do?
We'll see, man. But I don't think they're gonna pull the trigger on him like that unless Joe just.
Oh no, I'm thinking blowout in the fourth quarter.
I'm talking blowout, and then he comes in.
You got to roll in the backups.
Yeah, I got us at least by 10. I say at least about 10 to possibly 2.
Okay, so balls cover.
Yeah,
I like that.
I do want to get away from Florida for just a moment. We can obviously come back, but you are also you and Chris Treese, correct? Or you've got the cigar brand. What are the names of the cigars?
The VFL Championship cigar. That's something that we created last year. We were partnered with another company. We still do a lot of work with that Legends cigar company as well. But we wanted to do something different, just our own brand. And we released it last year after the LSU game. After the Florida game. And when we went to LSU, numbers went crazy as far as orders because people saw the checker wrapper. They had the VFL wrapper on the cigar. Then after we beat Alabama, it just went crazy, man. We probably sold about 7,000 to 8,000 cigars since then. Our business has been going really well with our organization, and all proceeds benefit Legends of Tennessee. And Legends of Tennessee is a nonprofit organization that me and Chris started, just to keep Vols in the community, working with kids, educational programs, reading programs, mental health programs for young kids. We're very passionate about the development of young children and young teenagers. And what a great way to impact their lives by learning from people that put on the orange and white, and, and using their popularity to promote educational and sports success. So that's all we're doing. We travel with the players, travel with us. They do camps. We have an NIL partnership with Spire Sports and the Volunteer Club and with the University of Tennessee. So we're just trying to keep these young men grounded, keep them in the communities working, keep them giving back, keep them spreading the love of Tennessee football. And also some of the older guys like myself, we collaborate with them too. So we can do some great events in these small cities, because what's killing a lot of these small cities is small-minded people. Telling these kids they can't make it.
Alabama
You're not smart. Yeah. You're not smart enough. You didn't make it because you're not gonna make it because your uncle didn't make it, your dad didn't make it. And here we come in the community and uplifting everybody and telling kids you can make it. Guess what? I was in your shoes, 20, 30 years ago. I made it because I worked my butt off. I surrounded myself with great people. I took everything serious. I got my grades right. I went to the right camps. So we just give them a blueprint of educating families. You can be successful if you follow these rules and principles. And it's been a blessing over the last couple of years.
Yeah, the Legends camp has been awesome to keep up with, and you've had some legit legends. The one I wanted to ask you about, you tweeted this a couple years ago. Tony Robinson and Eric Westmoreland argued who the better team was, the 1985 Sugar Vols or the national championship team. Did they ever come to any conclusion? Did they get more people in on it? Like, how did the debate settle?
We had to tell them both to shut up so we can just the reason why we were in Dixonton was about the kids, not about y'all. Both teams. But Tony made some great points. Eric had some great points. It would be a great showdown if we could ever see that game one day. Hopefully we can redo it on NCAA college football.
Yeah, there you go.
Who's playing quarterback? Is it Tony or Daryl Dickey? Who is it?
Tony.
I would. Tony's my quarterback if I'm playing. I love Daryl Dickey, but yeah, I'm rolling with Tony on if I'm controlling it. I did too want to, like, how cool is it seeing your cigars? Like, you obviously have all the players smoking them after the game. Peyton Manning's getting them lit up by fans. That Jalen Hyatt Peyton Manning photo might have been just one of, it's a cool photo regardless, but as a Tennessee fan, like, that's a cool photo. You got Brew McCoy. I think he was like with a young child just smoking a cigar. How awesome was that moment for you to see that kind of come to fruition?
Well, man, we kind of predicted that whole moment because we were on fire season. After we destroyed LSU, man, I told Chris, hey, why don't we supply the victory cigars and have the guys smoking our stuff, So we talked to Max and Hawk and Frage over in the UT equipment room, and we brought them 150 cigars and said, here, this is from us. We got a good feeling that everything is going to go well, right? And we need it for marketing and promotions to help with our brand, to help with the Legends organization. And as soon as he kicked that field goal, man, I was just like, damn it, I knew it.
It's in, yeah. That's it.
But man, I'm so excited. I got on the field for about 10 minutes and ran inside. I saw Peyton. I said, Peyton, hey, I need you to take a picture with me, man, so we can use this on our website. He said, I already got one of those cigars, man. So I was like, Peyton, here's a few of them. Take them with you. Smoke some, man. From us, we love you. Let's celebrate this moment and have a great time. So it was just a surreal feeling. And, I got a special treat for the Alabama game this year.
Okay.
I will release information about the cigars that we'll be doing for the Alabama game probably next week.
Okay, so
Man,
pre-breaking news here. This is breaking news is coming.
Pre-breaking news. Wait till y'all see this cigar. A few people have already seen it, and we have some tobacco from Africa that has never even really been smoked in the United States.
Okay.
And we got some traditional tobacco from Tennessee, close to Nashville, and we got a great blend, and it's gonna be amazing, man. Just wait till y'all see it. And the cigars are infused with bourbon.
Okay.
So you get bourbon aroma, you get that cigar smoke aroma, a little bit of spice, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of oak. It's off the chain, man.
Okay.
It's off the chain.
I'm ready. I missed out. I need to go back. I think it was after the Alabama game. I went to buy some. Y'all were sold out. I was just late to the party. Me and Landon, we were coming back from Baton Rouge after the LSU game. On the way down, you drive past the Tuscaloosa exit, and I look at Landon. I'm like, hey man, if we win, we're stopping in Tuscaloosa, and that's where we're getting our victory cigars for next week. And it all worked out.
I'm gonna send y'all a picture. Who texted me, Landon or
yeah, I did. Yeah,
I'm gonna send y'all a little video of the cigar.
Okay,
I'm gonna let y'all look at it and don't show nobody.
Okay.
Hey, lock and key.
Yeah, see the cigar, and I want you to see the back of the cigar.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pumped. That was my first cigar ever. Was when we smoked one after Alabama. Yeah, I never had one before.
Guess what my first cigar was?
Was that Alabama as well?
2001 game versus Florida.
Okay. That's a good time. Yeah, we got to he was probably like 21, 22 at one point. He's like, yeah, I haven't smoked a cigar. And we were like, all right, well, you got to wait till we beat Alabama. If you've waited this long, you just wait it out. And so it was a good time to.
Only 7 more years I had to wait. But
did they teach you the technique on smoking?
Actually, it was a horrible experience smoking it, but I loved every second of it. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I had trouble lighting it. I didn't know you had to cut it. So that was, but I do
he
have
wasn't
burn
sitting
marks.
with us. He wasn't sitting with us. We're good.
I have burn marks all over my shirt where people were poking me with cigars while I was on the field.
And you got to light it the right way. You can't put the torch directly on it, so you got to get that torch away from it and just toast it so the tobacco and the oils won't burn and you get a good pull. So it's a lot of different techniques when it comes to smoking cigars and getting the good quality experience of smoking a cigar.
Heck yeah. We'll meet up after the Alabama game. Are you going to Tuscaloosa?
Nah, man, I'm just gonna do this away game.
Okay.
Man, away game is so expensive, dude.
They are.
My hotel, my flight, my hotel, my rental car. Just bought tickets today. I was trying to get some tickets from one of the players, but everybody's families are coming into Gainesville. So I've spent so much money. I was like, I can't do another away. I can only do probably one game a year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hold out on that. But
okay, well, we're staying in Knoxville too, so
it works.
We'll meet up after the game, smoke some cigars. How about it?
Okay, let's do it.
Awesome. Last question about cigars, maybe last question for me. I don't know about for Landon. So, Legend cigar that you currently released. We'll save the bourbon pairing for the next one you release too, in case they're different. I buy a Legend cigar, I go to smoke it because I know you're a bourbon enthusiast too. What's the perfect pairing for that? What do I need to pick up to?
With that, man, you could do something simple but quality, like Buffalo Traces. Really want to go to bourbons. When I'm smoking a cigar, I know that always pairs well. Okay. It's just something simple. I have some pretty expensive stuff too that I collect, but sometimes I might bring out some Wellers, sometimes I might bring out some Eagle Rares, sometimes I might bring out some Old Forester or a different cigar series type of or bourbon, but man, Buffalo Trace is really, it's really, really tasty when it comes to pairing with cigars. So, I would always go with that.
Noted. It's going next.
It is
cheaper. I have one more question about your kind of playing days. So you were kind of a bigger back. Were you like 240 when you played, somewhere around there?
Yeah, 240, 245, around
Okay.
there, 250.
Would you ever like to just go Oklahoma drills with Steve Spurrier just one time?
Man, that'd be a dream come true. Well, I did help Spurrier leave Florida. So that last game we played in 2001, that was his exit game. So I feel pretty special to be a part of that Tennessee football team.
Yeah.
That made Spurrier quit coaching college football and into his short NFL career. So pretty special moment, man.
Yeah,
But
we appreciate it.
yeah, man.
Get him out of there.
I was talking on Swain's show the other day about just guys on that team, and with Casey Clausen being in town for the game, and him not being recognized.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he just looks like a Cali guy. Everybody should recognize him.
Underrated and unappreciated, and a lot of people just don't know his story and how good this dude was. Not just home games, but on the road. I mean,
right.
Y'all got to get recognition and give him his flowers, because we ain't seen nobody yet since Casey Clausen that did what he did.
Yeah, I mean, he earned the nickname Iceman. And I mean, for me, that was when me and Landon were like growing up, becoming football fans. So like for me, number 7 jersey, Casey's the dude, and
it was the white jersey. It wasn't the orange one was cool, but the white jersey is where he
black
really
outline. Yeah. So I mean, like when people ask who your favorite Tennessee quarterback, for me, over Peyton, because I was so young, it's Casey for me.
Yeah, that's my quarterback. I try to talk to him whenever I get a chance to talk to him. I know we all are dads and family men now and got kids running around acting crazy,
and he's coaching high school football, isn't he?
Yeah, coaching high school football, and I think he has some other business ventures on the side, him and Rick. But really good to see him and say hello, and hopefully we're gonna try to get him to work a camp whenever he gets time in his schedule to come down and do a Legends camp with us. We've had Tony Robinson, we had Heath Schuler, we've had a few, man. If we can get Casey to come do one with us, man, that'll be unbelievable.
What about Bobby Graham? Did we ever get Bobby Graham in one of these?
I've been trying to get BG for the longest, man. BG, a lot of people want to help and come work and coach, but they have so much family stuff going on. Yeah. And we send out our schedules early so guys can rearrange their schedule, because, man, we're gone for the weekend.
Yeah.
We just don't do a football camp. So Friday we do our life skills symposium work. So that's when we're talking life. No football stuff really is talked about. We're talking character. We're talking respect. We're talking academics. We're talking our struggles, things we had to overcome when we felt like quitting and giving up, and just being transparent with the kids and families, letting them know, hey, I struggled as well. I didn't think I was going to make it out of my community also, but I never gave up. So that's the Friday night piece. Then Saturday is the football camp. And sometimes we stay to Sunday. We all go out to eat and spend time in the cities and just try to help other nonprofit organizations. Sometimes go to some Boys and Girls clubs and, be an impact in that community while we're there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know. I knew it was more than just football. I didn't understand exactly. That's awesome. Y'all are doing that, and you all have a feature where you all can, if you don't have a kid that's attending or something like that, you all have a feature where you can donate. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you go on our website, legendsoftennessee.org. Okay. You can donate. Go to that donate button. We have. We are greatly appreciative and honored for anybody that wants to support us. We're a small organization, so Volume is our biggest supporter. We don't get a lot of the big grants and stuff like that. Been doing it for the past 20, 30 years, man. We got to fundraise. That's the reason we have our Sips and Cigars event, which is probably one of the biggest events in the city. We were the only organization that honored the office line. So we had the entire offensive line come out. We gave them awards, we fed them, and we fundraised after that. So we have a big event coming the Friday before Texas A&M game too. I'll be posting that on my social media page in the next couple of days. So we're having a fall fundraiser, and it's going to be at a attorney's house not too far from campus. We'll be selling cigars. A lot of people have been hitting us up about cigars this season. We just ordered 500 cigars. They will be ready for sale probably tonight. In the morning, I got to talk to Chris Treese about that. So we're loaded and ready to go, man. And we got a lot of things that we're doing. And we'll be back with our reading program also in the next couple of weeks. Our Reading Champions program. That's where we place a University of Tennessee athlete in a classroom for 90 minutes to help kids develop the fun and loving part of reading. Help with the Knox literacy issues that's been going on with the kids that have been affected with COVID. So we have that program that'll be starting back up soon. We'll still be going out speaking about mental health as well. So we'll be back in the schools, man, in October doing our thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool to hear. Make sure you guys go check that out. That's legendsoftennessee.com. Is that correct?
.org.
Legends.org.
.org.
Perfect. Make sure y'all check that out. If you have a kid that's of age, go attend. If you do get Casey Clausen there, maybe think about stretching that age limit to 30, and maybe I can participate in some drills with the Iceman.
One more thing. So our shirts, a lot of people, man, I've sold probably 60 Florida shirts over the past 2 weeks. If you want a shirt for the Florida game this weekend, my Gator Killer shirts, my Orange Privilege shirts, my Beat Florida shirts are at SM Athletics in Knoxville.
Okay.
It's not too far from Lovell Road. It's off Checkerboard Lane.
Mm-hmm.
They have Beat Florida attire and our Legends of Tennessee attire. So anybody that's listening, if you want a shirt, man, people have been blowing me up about those shirts. They have stock. It's too late to ship a shirt off right now and for game day. But if you're in Knoxville or close to Knoxville, and if you want a shirt, SM Athletics.
All right.
Just Google the name SM Athletics, get the address, go get your shirt.
Perfect. Well, Jabari, this has been a blast. Love having you on. Appreciate everything you do for Tennessee and everything you have done. Also, can we get a score prediction?
I can't see a number right now. Like I said, I just got us winning by 8 to 13 points, man.
Okay.
I can't. What's y'all's prediction?
I'm thinking, I think this might be too high scoring for either team, but especially Florida. But I feel like it's just a touchdown type game. I want to say like 34-28, and I feel like they get a chance to win it, and that's why we're really sweating that 6-point lead, and that's why I think maybe it's that 34-28 range. But I kind of want to go lower, like 31-24, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. I like that.
I got 30 to 20. And Florida scores a late touchdown when the backups are in.
Okay.
So we take care of it. Take the crowd out of it early, drain it.
Right. Hey, that's the key to it. The key to winning on the road, and especially playing in Gainesville for my years' experiences, if you want to shut somebody out, or shut anybody's mouth that's loud, arrogant, talking trash, you punch them in the mouth.
Yep.
You score. That's how you shut the crowd up. Score, and score some more. And they're a factor. So it'll be, your first time in the swamp, you'll be all goosebumped up and fired up and ready to go. But then after that, man, it's just another place to play at.
Yes,
real first experience.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again, Jabari. It's like Landon said, it's been a ton of fun, and we appreciate it. Hope to do it again soon. Maybe we can get you even in person. We'd love to do that sometime if we can make it work.
Yeah.
No, and shoot, y'all local.
Yeah.
So
Well, hey, we might see you this weekend.
We might.
Yeah, y'all going down?
Yeah,
We'll be
we rented the minivan today. We're leaving in the morning.
Okay. Well, I have 2 events I'm doing. I'll be speaking at the UTK alumni event. Their tailgate they do from 2 to like 45. So I'll be hanging out with them with the alumni. Then from there, I'll be at the Hopkins tailgate. I'm getting ready to post that flyer. It's Legends of Tennessee, Hopkins tailgate, and the volunteer club. We'll all be there together.
Okay.
So I'll have shirts for sale. I'm bringing like 40 to 50 cigars with me to the game. They'll be for sale. Also, I will have a raffle to win this new single barrel Gator Chump bourbon that I was a part of picking a barrel and sample. So it's called Gator Chump, and it has its cool picture. So I'm going to bring a bottle to share with the fans. Then we have another bottle that we're going to raffle off for people to win. So it'll be a lot of fun. Perfect. You guys stop by the tailgate. I'm on text. I'll text you the flyer for that, and I'm going to put that on social media as well. So anybody that wants to come hang out, come say hello.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Sounds good, man. Well, thank you again. You have a good rest of your evening, and go Vols.
Go Vols. God bless. See y'all this weekend.
See you, man.